Never thought I would see anyone actually get a good matchup for Blake Belladonna. At least it's not Blake versus Mikasa. Hey guys, today we're doing something a little bit different. We're doing a prediction video for a series that a friend of mine makes. It's like their own version of Death. I believe the series is called Survival of the Strongest. And this upcoming episode, she is pitting, I should say. I can speak English, I swear. As you see, Blake Belladonna from RWBY versus Noob Saibot from Mortal Kombat. I am a fan of both of these series, and I honestly think that Noob Saibot will be a far more interesting matchup for Blake than, say, like Mikasa or something. Sure, I could make an argument for maybe Ahsoka Tano possibly, or even Geralt of Rivia would be also a pretty cool matchup. But this one I see a lot of people request a lot, and I can definitely see why. However, it is going to be interesting talking about who I think is going to win, because most of the comment section on that video, I do think that Noob is going to win. However, it's not going to be an easy task. Let's talk about what I think Noob and Blake both have advantages in, and why I think Noob is going to win. So a lot of people are saying that Noob would have the speed advantage, which again, base speed, sure, because of Noob's teleporting ability. But Blake can enhance her speed, so in a weird way, I do think Blake can, for a while, will be able to be faster than Noob because of her ability to enhance her speed. But when it comes to reflex speed, I definitely think Blake has that advantage as far as actual combat speed. I know a lot of people like to use the fact that people will scale to Cabal for combat speed, but for somebody like Noob, I don't think that should be the case. And the reason why is because Noob hasn't fought Cabal. He just hasn't. I would say probably his best combat speed beat might be against some other characters he's actually fought, but to my knowledge he has never fought Cabal, so I would say that scaling him to Cabal as far as combat speed goes is probably not the best idea. So reflex speed I think Blake does have, but base speed could go to Noob or Blake, depending if she's enhancing her senses. I do think as well Blake will have the advantage when it comes to raw strength, because one of Noob Saibot's greatest feats, without using the Test Your Might feats, has to be when he was alive. He once kicked apart a Shinnok statue compared to Blake when she sliced apart a giant robot. I do think Blake has that advantage, and again, I do think that she's going to have a much better fighting chance this time around, because she's going to be able to enhance her senses and keep up with Noob for a while. But there are some huge factors that I consider that, Noob has over Blake. For example, I do think his arsenal is a whole lot better as far as fighting goes. He is a better close range fighter than Blake is, but Blake does have the better weaponry compared to Noob. I mean, Noob has a sickle, Blake has swords. Gee, I wonder what weapon's better in this case. But another big thing to consider is their powers. Sure, Blake has clones that can explode different elements, like ice and fire, but Noob's fought people like Scorpion and his own brother, Sub-Zero, aka Bihan, so those aren't going to be a problem. As far as her other one, I think it's like a shadow or gravity clone, which hinders the senses. I don't think that's going to affect Noob that well. I think he'll be able to detect Blake just fine because of his training. And that's another advantage I think Noob does have, is his training and experience compared to Blake. Now, a weird thing to consider is one of Noob's powers, and I do hope Yang does address this. It's his Ghost Ball. What the Ghost Ball does, it's an unblockable ability he has, but it disables powers. So, the big question I have is, will that work on Blake's aura and her semblance? I want to say for the most part, yes, it should work, but at the same time, it's possible it's not going to. Because of how different their universes are. Because here's the thing, Noob has lost a fair amount of fights, and so has Blake. In fact, I think one of the biggest victories she has was against Adam, but she needed help from Yang to beat Adam, so it's going to be interesting to see what their best victories are and how they're going to be scaled. Not to mention, one of my big questions as well is, exactly how long can Blake hold her semblance and her aura before it wears out? That's going to be the key if Blake does win. Can she put Noob down faster than Noob can wear out her semblance and aura? Because without her semblance and aura, Blake is not going to have that much of a chance against Noob. Whereas if Blake can finish him off before her summons an aura, the whole fact she can enhance her sentence might be enough to get her to win. That's why I think this is closer than people are expecting. But at the same time, I could be completely wrong. I have never done this kind of stuff before. Figured I'd try it, see how you folks like it. I also want to take into consideration that I do think that Yang should use some feats when Noob was, you know, a human and not a revenant. Mostly as far as actually showing raw strength goes for that whole Shinnok catastrophe, because he did that when he was alive. And I think any like strength display as a human is fair game, since, you know, it's still the same body that Noob has. But giving him his cryomancy powers would be a bit unfair. Well, not a bit unfair, a whole lot unfair to be honest. I do think that this is going to be a close fight. I do think Noob is going to win just because of his better arsenal, his better training, and the fact that his Ghost Ball may be able to affect Blake's aura and semblance. The situation I see Blake winning is if she can put down Noob faster than her aura can run out. That's what it's going to depend on for Blake. So, what is my percentage prediction for this one? Because when you look at a versus debate like Yang Show, like Death Battle, like Cartoon Fight Club, you want to look to who wins more times than not. I do think Noob wins a majority of these battles. My percentage prediction would be 53% for Noob, 47% for Blake, to be specific. Again, I do think Blake stands a really good chance here. It's just going to come down to, can she put Noob down faster? Now, I know a lot of people are saying that Noob has the durability advantage. Sure, he survived his tornado, and he did go toe-to-toe with Nightwolf, who was able to vaporize himself and Sindel. But I do think Blake is actually more durable than Noob. Again, the biggest reason that I do think Noob is going to win is because of his training, his better arsenal, and of course, he is technically faster as far as base speed is concerned. But that is my prediction for this battle. Am I going to be wrong? Possibly. I've been wrong in versus debates before. Let me know, folks, what you think of this matchup that Yang has posted. And I will see you all later.